Reverend Martin Luther King, subsidizes Reverend Martin Luther King, so that Reverend Martin Luther King can continue to teach the Negroes to be defenseless. That's what you mean by nonviolent. Be defenseless. Be defenseless in the face of one of the most cruel beasts that has ever taken the people into captivity. That's this American white man. And they have proved it throughout the country by the police dogs and the police clubs. 100 years ago, they used to put on a white sheet and use a bloodhound against Negroes. Today, they have taken off the white sheet and put on police uniforms. They've traded in the bloodhounds for police dogs, and they're still doing the same thing. And just as Uncle Tom, back during slavery, used to keep the Negroes from resisting the bloodhound or resisting the Ku Klux Klan by teaching them to love their enemy or pray for those who use them despitefully, today Martin Luther King is just a 20th century or modern Uncle Tom or a religious Uncle Tom who is doing the same thing today to keep Negroes defenseless in the face of attack that Uncle Tom did on the plantation to keep those Negroes defenseless in the face of the attack of the Klan in that
Well, I don't think of love as, in this context, as emotional bosh. I don't think of it as a weak force. But I think of love as something strong and that organizes itself into powerful direct action. This is what I try to teach in the struggle in the South, that we are not engaged in a struggle that means we sit down and do nothing. That there's a great deal of difference between non-resistance to evil and non-violent resistance. Non-resistance leaves you in...
It's the Rap City thing, baby. About this time last year, there was a lot of stuff going on. There was a lot of turmoil, a lot of rumors being spread. Tupac was making songs, all kinds of stuff was going on. You sort of took a different standpoint than what I expected. I thought you were going to come, you were going to be real, You kind of was silent on it. What was that all about? What were you thinking?
I was more in a mind frame of keep your mouth shut, big. You know what I'm saying? Just don't feed into it. If you feed into it, it's going to do nothing but escalate. You know what I'm saying? I knew it was.
Started to wage a war against Biggie. That's my premium white trying to control Tupac. Tupac was losing control.
That's my new style. Hey, have a good summer. Have a good summer, biatch.
Tupac became obsessed.
Hey, that's real violence. What we're talking about is fake violence. All this, what we're rapping, it happens in the streets, but us rapping about it is not the violence. And the movie about it is not the violence. You know what I'm saying? It's an adventure world that we're creating. Trying to get out, what we're doing is using our brain to get out of the ghetto any way we can. So we tell these stories, you know what I'm saying? And they tend to be violent because our world tends to be filled with violence. I would rather tell a young black male to educate his mind, arm yourself, and be free and defend yourself than, just sit there and turn the other cheek. So whatever message that sends out, that's the kind of message it is.
Now,
how powerful Tupac and I was. You know what I'm saying? Because we two individual people, we waged a coastal beef. You know what I'm saying? One man against one man made a whole West Coast hate a whole East Coast and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? And that really bugged me out. Like, yo, Duke don't like me, so this whole coast don't like me. You know what I'm saying? I don't like him, so my whole coast don't like him. It just kind of let me know how much strength I have. So what I'm just
That guy died. Oh, it's so sad. Why is it sad? He's away from all of this bad stuff that's here on Earth. At the worst, he's just somewhere quiet, no nothing. At best, he's an angel, or he's at the next existence, or he's a spirit somewhere, What is so bad about that? It's only bad for the people who he left, because you guys are mad. That's like some crab in the bucket type stuff. It's harsh analogy, but that's what it's like.
Alan, friends of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. told me that 50 years ago tonight here at the Mason Temple, Dr. King was no longer distracted by death or fear. He had made peace with it. In fact, he had already sent the title of his next sermon ahead to a family member for the following Sunday, saying, just in case something happened.